Bonjour Red Lake Band members, and this video is about the petition to recall the vote on the Enbridge agreement. Our land and lakes are very beautiful and are priceless resources that we share as a nation. Our people have fought to protect our land and will continue to fight. We are a very unique and powerful nation with all the capabilities to stand against Enbridge. On December 21st, 2015, the Red Lake Tribal Council posted this bulletin, giving a 24-hour notice to the Red Lake Band members that a vote would take place the very next day. And the council will say they had a listening session and chairman's meetings, but there was no emphasis on the Enbridge issue, and this issue was spoke about briefly at these meetings. A future not dependent on fossil fuels and keeping oil pipelines from crossing through Minnesota, says the council. And now we are free to join other tribes in the fight against the Sandpiper pipeline. All of these pipelines are owned by Enbridge and intersect in Clearbrook. Enbridge has been laying pipe on us since 1949. The Red Lake Nation has its very own battlefield in which it can fight Enbridge and their pipelines. It seems like people from all sides of this issue are trying to devalue the land and boost up the settlement.
Starting in 1951 to 2009, Enbridge has made $10.5 billion off the oil that has flown through our land. It is now 2016, 7 years later, and we estimate that Enbridge has made about $5 or $6 billion since then. That equals about $16 billion that Enbridge has made as of today. 2.5% of 16 billion is 400 million. 18.5 million is 0.115% of 16 billion. Why can't we read or see this?
The analysis group who did the compensation estimates for Red Lake said we should receive 2.5% of Enbridge's gross revenues based on the size of the land. Why would we have to prove that the land is considered agricultural? Enbridge has hired the people to value the trespass and to calculate the cost of moving the pipelines. Enbridge has also hired a survey expert to find out the size and the location of the land. Why don't we have our own experts who have Red Lake's best interest in mind?
Why is there a need to have a slightly edited version?
Enbridge cannot just run over us. They have no right to use the land or no right to pay us a low amount of money. Why are we acting like winning against Enbridge on our terms is impossible? Our situation is different from any other native nation that has had to deal with Enbridge. Yes, Red Lake has made land exchanges in the past, but these exchanges were with farmers, not an oil company. Not any of the documents or bulletins that have been posted or put out into the communities have had any regulations, stipulations, or emergency plans in case of an oil spill. Shouldn't some type of plan have been written into this agreement, or is this just about money?
Does the federal agencies have fault for not protecting our land? Does the state agencies have fault for allowing Enbridge to put the oil pipelines on our land?
The Red Lake Band members have had little to no input on this agreement with Enbridge. Our leaders should fully understand the issues and the consequences. As of January 12, 2016, no one seated on the Red Lake Tribal Council had read or seen the actual contract of this agreement, but a resolution was passed by the Council to accept the Enbridge agreement.
This petition is to recall the vote on the Enbridge agreement. If we are able to get 25% of the eligible voters to sign this petition, the Red Lake Tribal Council will have to conduct a mandatory referendum vote. To sign the petition, you have to be an enrolled band member of Red Lake. You must be 18 years old or above, have an address, have a telephone number, print your name, sign your signature. We will be mailing the petition out with a return stamp and instructions. We will be using a GoFundMe account to cover the cost of mailing all the Red Lake band members a petition form and a return stamp. Enbridge scenario. Have a successful petition. Enforce trespass on Enbridge. Install oil pipeline shutoff valves. Hire an environmental contingency lawyer. File a lawsuit against Enbridge on the basis of the amount of money that was made by Enbridge as a result of their trespass on our trust land. Removal of existing pipelines and pipelines that are no longer in use. International level. Every reserve or reservation that Enbridge affects with their oil pipelines. Create an international petition for each of the affected reserves or reservations. The petition will be for the removal of all Enbridge pipelines that are currently or plan on coming within 50 miles of any of these reserves or reservations.